Hey y'all, welcome to
Hey,
Diamond and Silk, the podcast. We're your hosts, Diamond and Silk, and Silk on Silk.
Diamond on Diamond.
Okay, so a lot of stuff has jumped off that I really want to talk about. But
Yeah.
before we get started, I want you all to stop right now.
Stop.
And I want you to subscribe to this podcast.
Yeah.
So each time we drop a new episode, you will receive notification. And don't forget about our book, Uprising. Who the hell said you can't ditch and switch the awakening of Diamond and Silk? You can get the book at diamondandsilkbookstore.com.
And if you would like to be a sponsor for this podcast, feel free to send an email to info@diamondandsilk.com. That's info@diamondandsilk.com. And don't forget to join us on Chattit, chatdit.com.
Wow, Silk. Okay, so I'm minding my business because
Yes.
I always mind my business.
Uh-huh.
I don't bother nobody. I
Nope.
don't go after nobody.
Nope.
I just stay in my own lane and do my own thing. Right.
Minding your own business.
Right. So
Uh-huh.
I was on the Diamond and Silk website and I came across an article with Aisha Mills and Eric Bolin. And they were discussing the voter laws in Georgia.
Right.
And I felt like Aisha Mills was really playing this race baiting, race hustling,
Yes.
identity politics when it comes to this here voter bill.
Yeah.
And Eric Bolin was trying to keep his cool. Now, I want people to understand I'm not taking sides, but I just want to be on the right side.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the problems here. Every time you try to have a conversation, a civilized conversation about the issues that's plaguing America or happening in America, the first thing people want to do of color, the first thing they want to do is play the race card.
Right. And then they want to criticize you and think that, you're not standing up for the community.
Right.
I can't stand up for the community when you're lying about something.
And
when
lying to the community.
And when you're playing the race baiting thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Because we don't have to be like that. Why is it that we are allowing, or y'all are allowing our government to divide us?
Yes.
Georgia put in this new voter bill or law, whatever, that is going to bring integrity back into our election. And it should have been done last year.
Right.
Before the 2020 election, this should have been put in place.
That's right. And it's going to keep a lot of these Democrats from cheating.
That's exactly what it's going to do.
That's what it's there's an integrity.
Right.
It's for the integrity of our elections.
Right. And I think what gets me is that when somebody white try to speak up about what happened when it came to the Major League Baseball,
right,
and how the money left that state or Georgia,
yes.
Then the black person want to call that person, make it look like that they're racist,
right,
or try to imply that they're racist. Whenever, and this is what I'm noticing, whenever a white person that happens to be conservative may have a solution on how we can go about, well, you don't have no business on telling me on how I need to look at this here because you a white man and I'm black in America. I'm tired of the race baiting stuff.
Yeah, because I look at a lot of these different cities that are ran by black people, and those cities are ran down.
They are ran down.
They are ran into the ground.
And I'm gonna just say this here, and then we're gonna show you some snippets.
Okay.
The NAACP. Please tell me all of the money that they've raised down through the years. Name me one community that they helped build back.
One.
How much money did they pump into Georgia, making sure that those businesses stayed afloat? Because $100 million in revenue left Georgia because of the race baiting tactics that these black leaders and influencers do. And I know y'all getting tired of us talking about black, white, but this is the way the government is setting it up, trying to divide us. And you got the black people, some black people going along with this division. And we got to put a stop to it. And I got to call it like I see it.
Yeah. And see, that's the deal. It becomes a black and white conversation,
right?
Because it's like we got to tell you the truth about what's really going on.
That's right.
This thing that's being pushed have been pushed since the days of slavery,
right?
When it was about black or white or light versus dark.
That's right.
The Democrat Party have been pushing this segregation thing between human beings so that they can keep us divided.
Right.
It's been a tactic all along. Right. So now it's so huge in the conversation today, in the world that we're living in today. everything
is black and white. And I don't want my white brothers and sisters to feel like, oh, we're trying to make everything about race.
No.
Everything that they're doing that we talk about now is about race. And I know everybody is seeing this here.
Yes.
It's like, oh,
are you serious?
Black people don't have to be responsible. Black people don't have to be responsible for their actions anymore.
Right.
We just give them, and let them become really the creator of their own demise.
That's right.
Is really what it is.
Yeah.
I don't like it. And so I have to call it out.
I don't like the bully. I don't like the bulliness, or you bullying white people. I don't like it when black people, you feel like you're so intelligent because you done got a little education, and you feel like you can go and just bully white people into being silent.
Well, you know what? It's not even about education. What it is, the government, Biden regime has given you a pass and making you think you can do whatever you want to. I don't care if it vilifies, if it demonizes white people, if it destroys white people, if it cancels white people. You feel like you can do it, not realizing that what did our ancestors fight for back then? What did Martin Luther King, Malcolm X and them fight for back then? Because the same thing that was done back then to our ancestors, I see black people doing that to white people today. And that right there is wrong. I don't like it neither. That's where I feel uncomfortable.
And unfortunately, the white voice is in fear of speaking out, or speaking up about it,
because they're going to be demonized and somebody going to be calling them a racist. And it's not true.
And that's not true.
And so please, my white liberal brothers and sisters, don't come to me and tell me or tell us or write us or text us, tweet us or email. Don't tell us that we don't love black people. I love my black community. Right. That's why I'm telling them the truth and not going to lie to them. Now, you as a white liberal, on the other hand, you don't care nothing about the black community.
No.
So you want them to self-destruct.
That's right.
You want them to hate themselves.
That's
you
right.
You create these things for them to destroy themselves. You know darn well that black people can have ID.
That's
but
right.
you got these white left-leaning liberals who happen to be radicals really pushing this here where, you know, black people, they really can't get an ID. You know it's a lie.
That's right.
I know it's a lie. So don't write us telling us that we don't care about the community, because we can clearly see you don't care about the community.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, I'm not going to pick a side. I care about all communities.
Oh.
And I got to call out the obvious when I see it. And let me tell you something. I don't like what's going on.
I don't like what I'm seeing.
So let me just say this here. Yeah. Let's see a clip of what Eric Bolling, what he had to say first in this interview. Take a look at this, you all.
When the American politics has become so divided, there is no middle ground anymore in politics in America. It's far right and far left, and that's the undisputed truth. And there's very little in between. So when a business takes on something, and everything has become political, wearing a mask has become political, a voting law in the state of Georgia has become political, and even have ramifications within Major League Baseball. But when you pick a side as a business, you're alienating the other side. Now, typically in America, and I believe you'll have a liberal Democrat come on, and I would be remiss to say that this is the way it goes. Typically in America, liberals have always used the boycott as a tool, a gun, so to speak, pointing at corporate CEOs' heads, saying either you listen to us and do things our way, or we'll boycott your product. Conservatives in America have stepped away from that. I believe the time has come now. The pendulum has swung so far into this woke culture, cancel culture, liberal Democrat world that conservatives now need to step up and say, we're 50% of this country. If we do what you've done, these corporate CEOs who are listening, catering to only one side, will have to step up and listen to it, or lose half their sales.
Let me hear. Okay, Silk, so he's right.
Yes, he is.
See, everything has now become so political, and now you have corporations jumping into the political arena.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be selling Coca-Cola. Now you're trying to get into politics. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're messing yourself up. And then not only that, I'm starting to see these corporations practice what I call discrimination, segregation. When I see corporations saying we gonna hire 50% of women and those are going to be minorities. Okay, so why aren't you hiring people based on what they can do, making sure they can do the job? But you want to hire them based on color.
Based on the color of their skin and not the content within their resume.
Right. And to me, that's dangerous.
Yes.
And I'm like, do anybody else see this here? And Look, I don't like this here. He's absolutely right. And 50, listen, conservative, we have feelings.
Yeah.
We have a voice.
We have money. Too.
Let me say this here too.
Yeah.
Let's back it out for a minute.
Let's back it up.
White conservatives have feelings.
Yes.
White conservatives have money.
Yes.
White conservatives, they love this country too.
That's right. We shop. People, white conservatives, they shop at the store as well.
So what I'm saying is that you cannot say we're going to cancel something or we want these corporations to jump in the political fight,
right?
And think that the conservative, white or black, ain't gonna want to be bothered with you.
That's right.
They're not gonna want to put up with it.
Yeah.
They're gonna be the ones that boycott. Can I say this?
Yeah,
here?
go ahead.
When I look at a Major League Baseball game,
yes,
it's not filled with black people.
Right.
It's mostly filled with white people.
Uh-huh.
Now, in my own humble opinion, Silk.
Okay.
White people are the ones that's patriotic.
Yeah.
That go to the baseball, to buy the apple pie, to buy the hot dog.
That purchase the season tickets.
Okay. All right. And so when you tell these people that, this voter ID is racist, it's taking us back to Jim Crow. Can I say this?
Yeah.
How would these left-leaning liberals know it's Jim Crow? Because you know what Jim Crow is about.
Yeah.
Because you're the one to put Jim Crow into play.
That's right.
That's why you think this is Jim Crow. You think voter integrity is Jim Crow.
That's right.
And actually what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep the system from being flawed.
Yep.
Keep the system from being a system where it's already flawed before we even take part in the system.
Right.
How are we going to have a fair election if it's already flawed?
That's right. That's exactly right.
Think about that for a moment.
That's right.
And now, here's a word from our sponsor. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
It's Diamond and Silk. Listen.
Listen.
We still have a patriot out there fighting for the integrity of the 2020 election. So we must support him.
That's right.
Now, that's Mike Lindell. So I want you to head over there to mypillow.com, purchase anything on the site, and make sure you use code DS21. That's code DS21. Go to mypillow.com.
And when you use code DS21, you can save up to 66%. Make your purchase now at mypillow.com or call toll-free 1-800-667-2756. That's 1-800-667-2756 and save up to 66%.
Silk, it sound like you save a lot. So head over there to mypillow.com. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Today's show is being brought to you by Baby Mama Health Supplements. Now, do you guys feel like you need a cleanse or a detox after 2020?
Do you?
Like all that stress, tension, and negativity just got you feeling exhausted.
Or maybe you put on pandemic pounds and need a reset.
You're right, Silk. I'm starting to look like a well-rounded apple around in my midsection. Well, our new sponsor has just released an all-natural vitamin set that will help your body get back on track. I love that.
That's right.
Baby Mama's Bundle Cleanse contains an all-natural liver and colon cleanse that works together to eliminate toxins, waste, and stored fat. So head over there to babymama.online and look for the Bundle Cleanse.
That's right.
Don't forget to use code DS21 to save 20% off your entire purchase.
That's babymama.online.
How are we going to have a fair election if it's already flawed?
That's right. That's exactly right.
Think about that for a moment.
That's right. And one thing he said liberals use boycotts to cancel out people.
Right.
Well, I think that it's time for conservatives to cancel the cancel culture.
That's right.
And how you do that, you keep your money.
Keep your money
Don't
alive.
support all of these people that don't support you.
Right, that's right.
That's right.
And what he's basically saying, Eric Bolling said, hey, You all may do your little thing, but we have a voice too.
We have a voice too.
We have a voice too.
That's right.
And we don't have to put up with it. You all dragging our corporations into your political mess, your political theater, your political race baiting, dog whistling, whatever you all do.
Want to call it.
And then you want to sit back and you want to call conservative or anybody that believe in voter integrity racist or imply that they're racist. We have a voice too. And let me tell you something, we don't have to support it neither.
That's right. That's right.
And really it leaves corporations in a bad spot.
Yeah.
But you know what? Listen to what Aisha Mills had to say, and we'll talk about this.
Well, first of all, let me just go back and address the rubbish that was just said. You know, this attack on liberals and boycotts as if, you know, somehow one, holding corporations accountable is a problem is just ridiculous. But listen, it's actually Donald Trump now who's the one that wants to claim, you know, a boycott, and he's no longer going to drink Diet Coke, and he's going to tell his crazy conservative people to stop drinking Coke. So to put this on liberals is actually trying to change the narrative in the conversation. Here's the deal. The deal is that everybody, corporations should included, should be on the side of democracy in the countries that they operate in, right? So what's happening right now is that an issue, voting, which is just fundamentally a right for everybody in this country. It has nothing to do with whether you're a liberal or a conservative or a Democrat or Republican or none of the above, right? Not with any party. You should be able to go and vote. And you should have a fair opportunity and access to that ballot. It should not be made more complicated, difficult, or restrictive for you, no matter who you are, what walk of life you come from, how much money you have, what race you are, or what geographic region you live in, and certainly not what party you are. It should not be more difficult to vote. That is fundamental what we're talking about here. So what corporations are doing is they're saying, yeah, we don't want to get into the partisan muck, but at the end of the day, why is voting a partisan issue, right? Why can't everybody just access our democracy? And they are fundamentally taking a stand for fairness. Well, conservatives have a problem with that, though, because when the game is fair, they lose, which is why they're always trying to rig the game.
So here, can I just clear something up? Major League Baseball pulled the All-Star game from Atlanta. Atlanta's 50% African-American, and they did it on the heels of what Aisha has been told, has been fed from the Biden administration, that somehow this voting rule is bad for African-Americans in the state of Georgia. They pulled it from the state of Georgia and put it into Denver, Colorado with 9.7%.
Okay, wait a second.
Allow me to finish. 9.7% African-American representation in Denver. Here's what they did to the African.
I'll bring you in 1 second, Aisha.
Here's what they did to the African-American community, minority businesses in Atlanta, in Cobb County. They took $100 million of revenue. They took 8,000 booked hotel rooms and they moved them out of the state and put them in a state and a city with far less diversity than the state of Atlanta. And by the way, if Aisha wants to complain about this, take it up with Stacey Abrams, who's the voting advocate in Georgia, who said it was a mistake. Take it up with both senators who are both Democrats, one of them African-American, who said it was a mistake.
So you see what she was saying, Sylvia?
I saw it. I saw it.
So she mentioned rubbish boycotts, right? But my thing is, why are you holding corporations accountable for a bill about voting? Like, what does a person selling Coca-Cola or a base bet that someone that hosts an all-star game have to do with a voting bill? Like, it's the liberals that keeps this going and pull these corporations in. And these corporations feel like only liberals support you. Whoa. Absolutely not. It's not just liberals that support you. As a matter of fact, if you sit back, you'll notice liberals don't be spending their money like that. They don't spend their money. They're not patriotic like that. So they're not going to spend their money on a game.
That's right.
And I want to know how many people drink Coca-Cola.
How many?
I don't think it's a bunch of black people drinking no Coca-Cola.
I don't know. But one thing she said voting is a fundamental right for everyone in this country. Yes. However, you have to be legal in order to vote.
Right.
Okay? Yeah. She also went on and said, why can't everybody just access our democracy? It don't work like that.
We're not a democracy.
Illegals cannot vote in our system. It is illegal for illegal aliens to vote in our system. I don't care how they got here to our country, but if they in this country illegal and they are not legally here, they do not have a right to our voting system.
Okay, so can I just say this here? Let me say it. I'm gonna put it to you like this. How about like Kurt Franklin? You don't understand it like this? Let me put it to you like this.
Okay, put it like that.
Eligible voters have a right to vote in our system.
That's right.
Ineligible voters cannot vote.
That's right.
And it looks like to me,
to us,
okay, what you all are trying to do is you want anybody to be able to vote.
Right.
No. You're not going to run our election system like it's some kind of child sweatshop.
That's right.
Everybody cannot vote in our election because they're not eligible.
They're not eligible.
But what she's trying to do, or what the left is trying to do, it seems or appears to me, I'll allege it. Okay, I can get a break. I'll allege it.
Yeah.
Is what y'all are trying to do is you want everybody, whether they are illegal or not, whether they're eligible or not, to vote in our elections.
That's right.
And no, that makes us all question the integrity of our elections.
And when you think about it, this here put icing on the cake for me. These Democrats have been utilizing these illegal alien votes for years, for decades, for years. And can I just circle back? I need to just circle back.
Circle back.
Do a circle back.
The Biden regime always do it. Go on the circle back.
Let me do a circle back. We're not in a democracy.
Right.
We're in a republic.
Yeah, come on. Can I just say this here?
Go ahead.
When I see the Biden administration and his little regime signing in these executive orders and making all of these drastic changes, that is like tyranny to me.
Right.
That's like they think that we live in a democracy. We have a constitution. We are a republic governed by constitutional laws. You can't just make up no law and then say, oh, well, this is how we want to do it. We want to just take and everybody just vote. You can't take and federalize our elections. You want to know why? Because the Constitution give that to the state legislators. Which are the ones that put this bill in place.
Come on.
Making sure that we don't have to question the integrity of our elections.
That's right. You can't have no more backdoor deals.
That's right.
Like Stacey Abrams and them did.
Those were backdoors. That's what they want to keep going.
That's what they want to keep going because they've been utilizing this here. All of these phantom votes, these dead votes, and illegal alien votes. This is what they've been doing to win a lot of these elections, or to say that they've won a lot of these elections. And now that particular avenue has been gone or cut off, you want to call it oppression or depression.
And another thing, calling conservative crazy is insulting. So you started. And then when a conservative have to come back on you, Miss Aisha, what you going to do is you going to use the race card. But your sister's going to come back on you because you wrong in this instance, Aisha.
You're wrong.
You are wrong. That's her name, Aisha. Miss Mills, you are wrong in this instance.
That's right.
What it seem or appear, there's a flawed system. And you all are okay with letting anything fly. That's what you liberals
That's exactly
do.
What you
and
are.
That's how the system is destroyed. People don't believe in the system. And how is people going to vote in the system if the system is already rigged against them?
And it's not
They're
free
not
and
going to
fair.
be there.
That's
They're not going
right.
to do
That's
that.
Right. And here's the deal. The liberals, you all sit and you do all of this different stuff. You break the laws, change the laws, remake the laws, change the definition of the laws when you get good and ready to. But then for conservatives, if you think about doing something, oh, you're racist. If you think about fighting back against the irregularities that you all continue to put in place, oh my God, you're racist. You're racist. Listen to what she said. She said, when the game is fair, they lose. Wait a minute.
Was it really fair? Was it really fair, Miss Mills?
Yeah, when you change the rules up in the middle of the game, that's not fair.
That's right.
That's cheating.
When you change the rules in the middle of the game and you disregard the Constitution, that's cheating, bro.
That's right.
What you want to call it? What you want to call it? So I just wanted to just bring this here to everybody's attention. But that wasn't all from Miss Mills.
No.
Take a look at this.
I think it's really rich for any Republican, especially a white man, to run around and claim that they care about the economic condition of black communities and black businesses when that's all a lie. Okay, there's nothing in their policies.
Just please let her finish.
That they've done. The other thing is that I don't work for the Biden administration.
Eric, I'm so sorry, we can't hear you. I'm going to let Aisha finish.
I don't work for the Biden administration, never have, but what I am is a black person in America. And everything that these voting laws stand for and what they look like are reminiscent listen to the Jim Crow policies that my family's lived under. Every single thing about it. So this is all about racial discrimination. And how dare you try to act like you are somehow a proponent of black people in businesses just to make a point and to try to create a wedge. It's ignorant and it's just disrespectful.
That's disgusting. I'm done. Put me off. That's disgusting. I am nowhere anything you're painting me to be. And the problem with American politics is exactly that. Because I'm white, you think I'm racist? That's BS. I'm done.
Will you just stay, Eric? Will you just stay for this question? So the question we've got, Aisha, stay for one question, Eric. Let me put this to you because
I don't know why I'm staying here. I don't know why. I need an apology.
Let me put to you the question that Mitch McConnell was saying.
For being offended. No.
Aisha, okay.
Okay, so you see, Sil?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just say this here. She said her family lived under Jim Crow.
That's what
she
said.
But I want you to understand, your family lived under Jim Crow because of Democrats.
That's right.
Same party you support. Miss Aisha
That's right.
Mills.
That's right. And in case you don't know,
come on.
Jim Crow laws were a collection of laws and legislations that were used by the Democrat Party to legalize segregation.
Come on.
Okay. After the abolishment of slavery, Jim Crow laws, such as the law called the Black Codes.
Come on.
Okay. Now, this is what the Democrat put in place.
That's right.
All right. Which were implemented. The codes appeared throughout the South as a legal way to put black citizens into indentured servitude, which is a form of labor in which a person agrees to work without salary for a specific number of years for eventual compensation or a debt repayment. The Black Code, which is what the Democrat Party, the party you support, Ms. Mills, put in place. They took away black people voting rights, control where black people lived, and how they traveled. And it also seized black people, children.
Whoa.
Okay? For labor purposes. Okay? And if you look at what's happening.
Look at what's happening now.
Right now.
Come on.
Okay? You got the Democrat Party already trying to implement these vaccine passports.
That's right.
They want to implement these vaccine passports to do what? To track you.
Well, look at what you talk about when they say about salary. No, so you don't get paid.
You don't get paid for
nothing. Look at the $100 million that left that could not help these businesses, which happens to be black businesses.
Black businesses. Because, see, the Major League Baseball, they'll be all right. They'll survive.
Right.
Okay? But the black businesses that remain right there in Georgia, honey, how you going to make it when 50% of that money would have been your income for the whole year?
Yeah.
Here's another
Come
one. They want to keep you on a lock. So they can control you. You want to call it Jim Crow 2.0? That's exactly what it is. They want to keep you muzzled.
Yes.
So that you will shut up.
Can I say this here?
Go ahead.
And then they want to give you some crumbs like $1,400. For you all to go out and buy TV and gym shoes.
And gym shoes.
Because you ain't going to say, ain't none of who invested. I want to know how many of you done took that money and invested.
That's
and
right.
if you have invested it, good.
Yeah.
But what if you haven't? Because some people have worked all year long. Right?
Yeah.
They still got stimulus money.
That's right.
But they just taking it and blowing their money.
And just blowing their money.
But all of this here is up under Jim Crow Joe, who is implementing the Jim Crow 2.0. That's what's happening here.
That's exactly
he
what's
is the one that's implementing. People are starting to live on a new plantation.
Uh-huh.
There's a new plantation, a new Jim Crow 2.0, and it's all being done by Jim Crow Joe, his regime, his administration, and all of his little crony and imps that's running out there talking about the Biden administration. Oh, I feel like there's some voter suppression. The only suppression is you all trying to suppress the rest of us.
That's right. And so what a lot of these black people, especially black liberal Democrats, what you all need to do is go and study your history.
That's right.
Study where all of this stuff come from. Study why these white liberals want to keep you stuck talking about racism. Racism this, racism that. You know what? There's one thing that I do see in this country, okay, that may not get any type of discrimination against it.
What is it, girl?
Water. Because you know water is clear. It has no color.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not black or white. It's just straight clear.
That's right.
You can just see right through it.
Right.
Water.
But I'm tired of it. I don't like what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And we don't have to do this, you all.
No, we
can
don't.
collectively come together and make up rules and regulations to make sure we have free and fair elections.
That's
we
right.
are a republic. We have Constitution that we go by. We are not a democracy. So stop trying to run this stuff like we have a dictator. Biden ain't no dictator.
Well, he acting like it. All of these executive orders that this man done signed,
that's right.
He just continue to sign. What legislations have been put in place from the House, from Congress?
None.
Everything is being signed like a dictator.
Well, you absolutely right about that. Listen, you all, thank you so much for joining the show. Hey, don't forget to make sure you subscribe to this podcast so each time we drop a new episode, you will receive notification. And don't forget about our book, Uprising. Who the Hell Said You Can't Ditch and Switch? The Awakening of Diamond and Silk. You can get the book at diamondandsilkbookstore.com.
And if you would like to be a sponsor to this podcast, feel free to send an email to info@diamondandsilk.com. That's info@diamondandsilk.com. And don't forget to check us out over there on Chattit, ChatDit.com. And don't forget to give us a review. And a 5-star will do.
So listen, we was just coming to give y'all the 211. We called the 211 because it's 2 or 5.
And we're the ones giving it to you.
So, in the meantime and in between time, we see you all next time right here on Diamond and Silk, the podcast. Bye-bye. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
It's Diamond and Silk. Listen. We still have a patriot out there fighting for the integrity of the 2020 election. So we must support him.
That's right.
Now that's Mike Lindell. So I want you to head over there to mypillow.com, purchase anything on the site, and make sure you use code DS21. That's code DS21. Go to mypillow.com.
And when you use code DS21, you can save up to 66%. Make your purchase now at mypillow.com. Or call toll-free 1-800-667-2756. That's 1-800-667-2756. And save up to 66%.
Silk, sound like you save a lot. So head over there to mypillow.com. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Today's show is being brought to you by Baby Mama Health Supplements. Now, do you guys feel like you need a cleanse or a detox after 2020?
Do you?
Like all that stress, tension, and negativity just got you feeling exhausted.
Or maybe you put on pandemic pounds and need a reset.
You're right, Silk. I'm starting to look like a well-rounded apple around in my midsection. Well, our new sponsor has just released an all-natural vitamin set that will help your body get back on track. I love that.
That's right.
Baby Mama's Bundle Cleanse contains an all-natural liver and colon cleanse that works together to eliminate toxins, waste, and stored fat. So head over there to babymama.online. And look for the bundle cleanse.
That's right.
Don't forget to use code DS21 to save 20% off your entire purchase.
That's babymama.online.
To the water cooler, everybody. I don't know about you, but I like popcorn. And if you have some popcorn, I would highly suggest you now pop it, hit pause. I mean, if you're watching on Pluto or Roku, you can hit the pause button. Hit pause, go pop the popcorn, come back, and start munching away, because we've got Diamond and Silk on the show, the co-hosts of the show, Diamond and Silk Crystal Clear, and we haven't spoken to them since the 2020 election. So, as you might imagine, they have a few things on their mind as it relates to Donald Trump, the future of the Republican Party, and those rhinos, those Republicans in name only. I love Diamond and Silk. Let's get to it. Glad you're back on the show.
Thank you for having us.
You're talking tandem. I love that. All right, CPAC, I want to get your take. We haven't spoken since Donald Trump did the big speech, and well, what's your take? I mean, he's the kingmaker. He's the kingmaker.
He truly is. Listen, the speech was phenomenal. I think that, listen, it was an uplifter for everybody because we miss him so very much.
Yeah.
And I think he should check in with us once a month doing something very huge where we can see his face and where we can hear him. Because right now, with everything that's going on in our country, people don't know how to feel. They don't know how to be. You have the cancel culture. You have the people that's trying to silence people's voices, don't want them to speak out on things that they see. So I think it was a real uplifter seeing him on that stage at CPAC.
And we truly do miss our president, President Donald J. Trump.
No, for sure. What's your message to people like Mitch McConnell and Nikki Haley and some other folks that have come out since January 6th and try to distance themselves from Donald Trump? What's the message to those Republicans, ladies?
Your time is up.
That's right.
Yeah. The Republican Party is a new and reformed party. It's a party of inclusion, including people that may not look like you.
That's right.
And these elitists that want to continue with the status quo, the grand old party, doing things the same old way, getting the same result, those days are over with. It was President Donald J. Trump that grew the Republican Party.
That's right.
He made it where everybody, if you want to come in, you could come into the Republican Party. So how dare them want to oust him? When you oust him, you ousting the millions of people that he brought to the party.
And it also gave us the opportunity just to see how corrupt the Republican Party is. I view them as one dirty bird with two corrupt wings. They no different than Democrats. Both parties are corrupt. But with President Donald J. Trump, he is a person of inclusion. He wants things for all Americans, no matter the color of your skin. It's not about who's going to side with the good old boy syndrome. This is about us being Americans and what can we do and what can he do to benefit we, the American people.
Right.
Yeah. Let me ask you a little bit about, obviously Donald Trump in 2024, you'd love to see that. I get that. So many millions of, tens of millions of Americans would. Who else is on your list? And I don't mean your 2024 list, but who are you really liking? Who are you digging? I mean, Ron DeSantis seems to be doing well in Florida. Kristi Noem, there's some others. Well, who are some names that you have really kind of saying, hey, yeah, I'm down with that?
Listen, David, I haven't thought about that because we can't move another further until we fix what happened November 3rd, 2020.
That's right.
And I know people want to move it, want to act like that we don't see it, want to act like it don't exist, but it do. We're out here on the grounds. We're listening to people, and people are still upset.
That's right.
So I can't think about who next.
Yeah. Keep in mind that as long as there's corruption in the system, the swamp get to pick and choose who they want in any position.
That's right.
What we got to do is uproot the fraud and uproot the swamp. We got to get rid of this corruption. How do we recall our government? Because our Constitution is being null and void here. The Declaration of Independence. How can people have life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness, and you got them locked down? Our civil liberties is being trampled upon here, and we got to get that fixed before we can go another further.
You know, you ladies are making a great point, and I think it's underreported. It's sure underreported in the media, but here's the truth of the matter. Everybody does talk about 2022 and 2024, and look, listen, Trump's not a sucker. I mean, he's not going to run again in 2024 if they're going to rig, when I say rig, have the same system that is in place where legislators, you know, they're mailing in ballots to everybody. You're sitting in your home eating Doritos, watching Real Housewives, and all of a sudden you get an application for a mail-in ballot. That is a system that has to change, I would think.
It has to change if we're going to move forward. Now, it would be really funny, and I would be so tickled if President Trump ran for the Senate in 2022, impeached Kamala and Joe Biden, and then went ahead and took the White House again in 2024.
You don't think he's going to do that, though? You think he's going to do that?
Like that?
You think he's going to do that?
I don't know. I heard that, and so I'm just repeating what I heard from somebody that brought it up. Like, oh, this is a good idea.
That's right.
From one of the, just a regular conservative that brought it up.
But what I see happening right now, Dave, you know, it's a disgrace. It is a disgrace. Our tax dollars pay these people salary to go up there on Congress on the Hill to work for we, the American people, and they're working for their own greed. More COVID money is being sent to foreign countries than taking care of us, we the American people right here. You have illegal aliens crossing the border who's tested positive for COVID-19 or the China virus or whatever you want to call it. They tested positive They are free to roam in our country freely, but you got average American citizens that don't even have COVID. You got them locked down. God, what kind of sense does that make?
Don't make none.
Well, Joe Biden, you know, there he is. He's doing. I don't know what he's doing. It sounds to me like he's in public a few hours a day, and that's it. We don't see him much.
Well, see, this is the thing.
Yeah.
The American people have to wake up.
Yeah.
And what we will say is, it is time for us to drop the party affiliation and let's get on the same side.
That's right.
The party of freedom. Right now, this is about our constitutional rights.
Yep.
This is about our freedom. Because what it seems and appears to us, that this man is trying to usher in socialism and turn this place into some hardcore communism if we're not careful. It's time for the American people to wake up, and then you're going to have to stand up and make your voices heard.
That's
and
right.
not coward or act like sheep being led to slaughter.
That's right.
Diamond and Silk. How do you really feel exactly? You know, you got to work. You guys are, you know, your ladies are introverts. You realize you've been told that, I'm sure. No, yeah. All right. Y'all are great. Thank you so much. All the best. Have a great weekend, both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Diamond and Silk, the podcast, where your host, Diamond and Silk, and Silk oh Silk.
Diamond oh Diamond.
A lot of stuff has jumped off.
Yes.
But before we get started, I want you all to stop right now.
Stop.
And I want you to subscribe to this podcast so each time we drop a new episode, you will receive notification. And don't forget about our book, Uprising.
Yeah.
Who the hell said you can't ditch and switch the awakening of Diamond and Silk? You can get the book at diamondandsilkbookstore.com.
And if you would like to advertise on this podcast, feel free to send an email to info@diamondandsilk.com. That's info@diamondandsilk.com. And if you're tired of being censored for all of those other social media platforms, feel free to visit Diamond and Silk's new social media platform called Chattit. ChatDit.com.
Well, you all, we have Mike Lindell here, spilling all the tea and giving us all the juice, you all.
That's right.
And he has some new things coming down the pipeline.
Yeah.
So, hey, come with us.
Follow us.
Join the conversation with us and Mike Lindell. Okay, so we're here with Mike Lindell, you all, the pillow guy. Listen, there's been a lot of stuff that has jumped off, and so we want to jump right into it. Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Hello, ladies.
Oh, wow.
Well, listen, we're hearing about you're filming another documentary. Please talk about it and let us know what's going on with that.
Yeah, that you can see it at LindellTV.com, but we're also going to be launching a big social media platform. We're going to put jump evidence out for the next 6 weeks, all the way to the Supreme Court. This is all new. It's like my documentary, Absolute Proof. Only this is all brand new stuff that has just been revealed. And some of the other stuff we completely validated. Who did it, the attack on overseas, the foreign attack, the IP addresses of the computers, the IDs of the computer. And we've actually validated on the ground, went around the country and got validation on that. But we've got new stuff in there. I was blown away. I seen some of it for the first time today.
Wow.
Whoa, wow.
Wow. So you talk about this here new platform, this free speech platform called Frank Speech. You get frankspeech.com. What is that going to be about?
That is going to be what as you know, right now, we are in a First Amendment rights are being taken away. There's no free speech. I have friends of mine. I can't go on TV. Most TV right now are my friends lose their YouTubes or they ban you on Twitter. When I put out Absolute Proof on Facebook, they put a cover over and said contains nudity and profanity. You know, this is what they're doing, these social media platforms and the mainstream media. So what we have here is all the influences, everybody out there that has shows such as yours, whatever, anybody that comes over, this will be like a YouTube combination Twitter. There's nothing like it out there. And all the millions and tens of millions of people that are coming over here, they're all going to have be following all the influencers right away. So the influencers will have more people following. If you don't like, hearing that person's message, you just unsubscribe. But all these people, coming over, and this is for everybody. This is because this isn't just a conservative. This is all people, so we can start hearing the truth and talking about these things.
I like what you said.
Yeah, if I say the word, I'm not taking the vaccine on TV, they just go, you know, it's like you blew up the world. Well, let's talk about it. You know, I mean, I got a friend of mine talk about the border situation, and he lost his YouTube for 2 weeks. So I just want everybody, what's going on now, this attack in our country, even my friends that are Democrats, this stuff that came in, this socialism and communism, they're looking around them going, what happened? This is not what we voted for.
Right.
Because they didn't vote it in. This is very scary stuff. And I have 2,500 employees, about maybe a third of them might be Democrats, but they, you know what? They see what this taking away freedom of speech, the cancel culture, and all this, and they're very scared. I mean, everybody is in this. You know, we need to first of all, get our speech back. When you take over a country like they're doing, and you know, invading a country with this socialism, the first thing they do is you take away the First Amendment. You just take away the voice of the people. You take that voice away. There's so many people right now. You know, this certain company that's suing everybody out there, these machine companies that are suing people or threatening to sue. You can't even go on these news stations, big ones like Fox or whatever, because they're afraid if you say something, they're going to get sued. Well, they're already sued, but to use the law as to suppress free speech is wrong. I'm countersuing. And I have even Alan Dershowitz has got on board with my lawyers, and he's been hired as an advisor. He told me this will be the biggest lawsuit in history, one of the most important ones for free speech ever. I mean, it's going to be historical because we cannot tolerate what's happening in our country right now, where people can't, you know, go out and talk about things where you suppress free speech.
And
you know, absolutely. And I've said it before. I'll say it there. I'm going. I kind of went like this. I said, you know, if everybody was out there saying my pillow had rocks and knives in the pillows, you know what I would do? I'd say, hey, everybody, come and look at I'd open them up and say, there's beautiful patented fill. There's beautiful patented fill. And that would be the end of it. Well, certain companies out there that were part of this election, and they're being accused by hundreds of people, and that they're just suing them instead. Say, well, let's see if there's anything to this. Right. Let's look inside the machine and see what's in there. Well, now it's getting done everywhere. So there's great news coming on that.
Let me ask you this about frankspeech.com. Where will it be available for people to sign up?
You can go there now, and you see it's just a holding thing. It tells what it's going to be. We have guys working on this for the last 4 years. I will tell you this. It will be the safest platform you'll ever be on for your information. I have all my own servers, so nobody like your Amazons or your Apples or all these people can shut it down. Nobody can shut this down. And when we launched Absolute Proof, you know, we broke many sites, and a lot of them just banned it. But we were having 50,000 people a minute hitting that site, and it just kept on rolling. So we're using that technology. We have some technology no one else has out there. I've been very blessed that, you know, God's given me this big platform of a voice, but not only that, bringing different people to me to bring what we need right now. And we need a place that is free. People come there. For me, this isn't about any money. They asked me the other day on one of the bad media outlets, well, are you making money on this? No, I got millions of dollars in it, and I don't care if I make one dime. I'm spending all my money to help this country. We need to get the word out there, and let's talk about things and unite. You know, I do believe when we get through all this, this will be the greatest uniting of a country ever in history. It'll be the great reset, the greatest revival ever, and it's going to be amazing.
That's what I call our new normal.
Right.
This slave mentality that the left is trying to implement. No. Our new normal is when we don't care if you black, white, pinstripe, polka dot, or plaid, Republican or Democrat, Libertarian, whatever you are, when we all realize we are Americans first,
right,
and we're on the same playing field, that's going to be our new normal.
Right. And another thing that we really appreciate is your courageousness. I mean, you, Sidney Powell, Linwood, how you all are right there in the fight, in the thick of it, not backing down. Thank you so much, because a lot of people don't want to be courageous. A lot of people don't want to stand up. And you're absolutely right. When you go on certain platforms or even on national TV, certain things you cannot say.
Right.
Cannot say. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you. And for me, it's, and I want to give everybody hope out there. the stuff that I have that we're bringing right now over 6 weeks from starting now, we are going to dump the biggest evidence dump of the stuff that I have, the new information I got on January 9th. All these other people didn't have this. This was all with the machines and this attack on our country by foreign entities, foreign actors, and with help from domestic actors. So all this evidence, and then this new stuff, this is 100% absolute proof. So what we're going to do is that if no courts have ever looked at any of this evidence, but we're going to dump it to the people, to all people, and to the world. We're going to dump it more. It's going to make WikiLeaks look like a tinker toy. We're just going to keep dumping. And it's all going to get out there. And then the machines people that sued me, we're going to countersue and show all the evidence. That's why I kept telling them to sue me. They made a big mistake. We're going after it. This is the offense. We are going on offense, and we put out all the evidence. And now, when you get to the Supreme Court in 6 or 8 weeks, when we get there and we put my case up there that we're putting up, now, if they don't look at that, they're going to have 1 billion people in this world, if not more, going, what? It's 100% that this happened during our election.
That's
we need to change it. We'll never have machines again. And whatever you're going to do about this election, that needs to be addressed now. And they will look at it. They will look at it. And you know what? It's going to be a 9-0 vote that this was an attack on our country by mostly China and the Communist Party and socialism coming in. And you know what? Whatever they do then, I don't know. I'm not, I can't predict because this is a precedent. This is something that's never happened before. But I will tell everybody, there is no statute of limitation on the biggest crime, one of the biggest crimes against the United States and humanity in history. There's no statute of limitations. God's got his hand in all of this, and it's all going to unfold beautiful.
That's right.
Wow.
And a lie will be revealed, honey.
That's right.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I absolutely love you.
Wow.
Listen, thank you so much, Mike Lindell, for being with us and for just sharing everything. You all make sure you go to frankspeech.com. Look on the lower third below, frankspeech.com. And once everything gets up and running, you can sign up, join the platform. This is going to be huge.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
It is going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on. God bless you all, and everybody keep the faith. It's all going to be it's going to lead to the greatest uniting and revival ever. We're going to go. A nation turned its back on God, but we're not going to this time around. God's going to give us grace, and it's going to be amazing.
Oh,
amen.
Love it.
In Jesus'
Love it.
name, amen.
Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Yes.
Now, here's a word from our sponsor. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Today's show is being brought to you by Baby Mama Health Supplements. Now, do you guys feel like you need a cleanse or a detox after 2020?
Do you?
Like all that stress, tension, and negativity just got you feeling exhausted.
Or maybe you put on pandemic pounds and need a reset.
You right, Silk. I'm starting to look like a well-rounded apple around in my midsection. Well, our new sponsor has just released an all-natural vitamin set that will help your body get back on track. I love that.
That's right.
Baby Mama's Bundle Cleanse contains an all-natural liver and colon cleanse that works together to eliminate toxins, waste, and stored fat. So head over there to babymama.online and look for the Bundle Cleanse.
That's right.
Don't forget to use code DS21 to save 20% off your entire purchase.
That's babymama.online.
Listen, what a great show. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast so each time we drop a new episode, you will receive notification. And don't forget about our book, Uprising. Who the hell said you can't ditch and switch the awakening of Diamond and Silk? You can get the book at diamondandsilkbookstore.com.
And if you would like to be a sponsor of this podcast, feel free to send an email to info@diamondandsilk.com. That's info@diamondandsilk.com. And if you're tired of being censored by all of those other social media platforms, then visit Diamond and Silk's new social media platform called Chat It. DIT.com. And don't forget to give us a review. And a 5-star would do.
So listen, we was just coming to give y'all the 211. We call it the 211 because it's two of us.
And we're the ones giving it to you.
So in the meantime and in between time, we will see you all next time right here on Diamond and Silk, the podcast.
Bye-bye.
Hey y'all,
hey.
It's Diamond and Silk. Listen,
Listen.
We still have a patriot out there fighting for the integrity of the 2020 election. So we must support him.
That's right.
Now that's Mike Lindell. So I want you to head over there to mypillow.com, purchase anything on the site, and make sure you use code DS21. That's code DS21. Go to mypillow.com.
And when you use code DS21, you can save up to 66%. Make your purchase now at mypillow.com or call toll-free 1-800-667-2756. That's 1-800-667-2756 and save up to 66%.
Silk, it sound like you save a lot. So head over there to mypillow.com.